I got a call from the guidance counselor who told me that they had found a sticky note in Sadie's desk that said, "Don't raise your hand, you're stupid, I hate myself." As a parent, I felt like, how did I let it get this far?
I would lash out at somebody, curse at somebody, punch somebody, throw books at somebody, flip chairs at somebody. Yeah, I did anything I could to avoid reading.
About 95% of my kids are well below their reading level. It takes a kid an hour and a half to do a math sheet because he doesn't understand the directions. If it's like word problems, that's like a whole, he has to do math and read. Like, it's just, reading is an equation for him.
For students that have a substantial difficulty in reading, we're required to give them intensive, explicit, systematic, multi-sensory intervention. And the multi-sensory piece is underscored. So that has been, in my opinion, what's been missing in a lot of what we've been trying to do with our students. And I don't think it's lack of effort on our teachers' part. I think it's lack of training.
Sadie had wonderful teachers. She had the teachers at the school that everybody said, "I hope my kid gets Miss So-and-so next year." They literally did not have the tools. They didn't have what they needed in order to help Sadie.
We have to close this achievement gap. We have to close the achievement gap. And every year, I'm doing everything right, and we're still not closing the gap. And that's when I learned more about OG, and then it made sense.
Orton-Gillingham is considered the gold standard approach to dyslexia remediation. It's backed by decades of fMRI research. It really does change the structure of the brain.
You have to envision like you're crossing a lush, dense lawn. And after you have crossed it continuously, what begins to emerge? Like a path. The more that you cross it, the more defined that path gets. That's exactly what's happening with Orton-Gillingham multimodal instruction. Only these paths are circuitry. And this circuitry is being laid in areas where there are not enough circuits.
I feel like every single child in the world should learn OG. To see the common threads amongst the language and how it can be broken down. So if you have that framework in your mind, you'll be able to just work through this whole thing, especially with someone with dyslexia, where it's all over the place when they see it.
Why are we not doing this at every school? Why is this not baseline universal education training in every college?
We know the solution, and it's 30 to 60 training hours away for every single teacher. So why can't we simply do it for all kids?
These are some of the most extraordinary kids that I've had the privilege to work with. And these are the kids that we want in leadership roles. These are the kids we want running schools and running corporations and solving our issues with climate and the environment and animal rights. What breaks my heart is that they are more likely to feel disempowered. And so their choices might be lessened in their mind.
If you don't know how to read, your options are very limited. You're not going to finish school, and you're not going to have a GED, but you're still going to be someone who needs money, who needs food, who needs whatever. What are you going to do to get it? And as soon as you get in a desperate situation and you make a choice out of a desperate situation that can get you in trouble, all it takes is one time. And that one time could change your life.
Henry Ford, Albert Einstein, JFK, the laundry list goes on and on. These are individuals that have dyslexia that have changed the way we fundamentally operate as human beings. So then it begets the question, how many of those change agents are being snubbed out in early education and who wind up atrophying behind bars or in drug and alcohol rehabilitation centers, when in actuality, if they had been empowered from the beginning, could be providing answers to some of these problems that nobody can figure out. I don't mean to be harsh on atypical learners, but what I'm saying is we need problem solvers, and dyslexics are by default the poster children of problem solving. We've had to problem solve since we were born, or at least since reading was introduced. I mean, just imagine.
It doesn't take courage to me, it's common sense. This is what needs to be done. Our school lacks money. We're probably going to have to furlough teachers this year. So I'm grateful for the REED Foundation and for people supporting the REED Foundation, because I don't want to have to choose between a teacher's job and professional development. I want both. This is a necessity.